Okay, we will now tackle the derivation of trigonometric formula 3, and this formula is the cosine formula. So we have a circle, what looks like our unit circle. We have the point out here on the end coming out to another outside of the circle, creating this triangle. The first thing we do for our proof is we increase the unit circle by a factor of b. So it was a unit circle and then we increase it. When we do this, the radius now becomes b, so that's this line here, and any point on the circle can be described as b cos a, b sine a, because we've increased the factor. Angle A here is the angle between the x-axis and the radius out to the point. Okay, so there's the radius, there's the x-axis, and angle A has been created. So using the distance formula to find the distance between the vertices containing angles B and C, so they're the other two angles, there's our distance formula just to remind ourselves. So we pop in, we have A, this distance we don't know, is equal to the square root of B cos A, so our x value on the outside, minus C, which is our x value of the point that was outside of the circle, all to be squared, plus B sine A, our y value on the point that we'd marked, minus 0, the y value on the point outside the circle, all to be squared. We square both sides, and we also multiply out our brackets. So we square the first, so the b and the cos a become squared. We square the last, that's over here, it's just been shifted out. And then we have twice the product, so 2 times b c cos a. Then we square the first, so b squared sine squared a, and squaring the last gives us 0, and twice the product, well, you multiply anything by 0 and it becomes 0, so we don't have it down here. So if we do a little bit of manipulation around, we find that if we bring this term and this term together and we factor out the b squared, we have cos squared a plus sine squared a, which we had in our first formula. That was the first thing that we proved. Everything else just as is. We know from our first formula proof that this is equal to 1, so it becomes b squared times 1. Obviously we don't bother putting in the 1. Then we have our c squared minus 2bc cos a, also known as the cosine formula.